Hello my friends, welcome to my first video. It took me a long time to start all this, so I decided, I enjoy Forza Motorsport and I want to kind of spread that around to everybody else. I hope you guys enjoy it. This is from Mid-Ohio. We're running the full track today. I am running a Honda, which will be shown shortly. I'm running the Honda Civic touring car. I love the touring cars a lot. I almost race these exclusively unless it's a short week, and then I refuse to race them. So there I am with my lovely Lucky Strike livery, one of the many quote owners badges. So let's get to the race. Starting number 6 here. I rarely qualify, but on Mid-Ohio I usually run pretty quick, so I'm going to qualify here. I want to be as front as possible so I don't get run over by the crazies. So the start's pretty good. Heading up to turn 1, it seems to be pretty clean. Coded Ace kind of cracked the wall a little bit there, it looks like, so that kind of sucked, but that's kind of the way it went. Got away on his side, and we're heading up over towards turn 2 now. This is beautiful corner, break it around the 50 board. I kind of broke late, didn't get enough of it, so Coded Ace gets me back, and then we're going to go ahead and exit. We're going to start pulling away from the guys behind me, because that's just how it goes. So we're going to start getting away from them. When we're getting away from them, we're also catching Coded Ace, who's in the Hyundai. Very distinctive Hyundai Veloster because it sounds awful. But I will also drive the Veloster on occasion because, one, it's got the unique sound and I can hear the engine over everybody else. Unfortunately, you can also hear their engine over everybody else when you're in another car. We're getting toward the end of lap 1. Still about 4/10 of a second behind Coded Ace. Getting into the penultimate corners. This corner I find really tricky here, going into these S's. You have to really time that well with the hill. I don't know what happened there with losing. I think he was bumped into the pits. I believe that Tonic saying sorry is the reason why he's in the pits. No one pits after lap 1. No one, so he must have got bumped. Coded Ace decides that he wants to be a lawnmower, so that gives us a chance to play catch-up on him again. We are pulling away from Glorious Bastard behind. Again, this time, Coded Ace cracks the curbing on the inside, which you really don't want to do when your back end is really light. And he is gone. I'm not sure if he quit there or not, but I didn't see him again the rest of the race. We're going to start trying to pull in Tonics at this point. Toujours le même. I had no chance against this person. Dude was fast. Whoever's driving that car, kudos to you, because you're friggin' fast. Good battle going up ahead between Tonics. He's doing really well up there. And they're starting to pull away from me. I'm basically settling into 4th here, but there's some decent action going on. Glorious Bastard is kind of keeping up, so we have to keep an eye on him, but we're also getting into the end of the 2nd lap. Again, this part, I'm pretty sure I braked too soon there, but I'd rather brake too soon and still have control of the car than brake too late and end up in the grass. Let's be honest here. Yes, you'll notice I'm running the lines. I just do that. I really don't know why. I pretty much know the tracks. I think my major problem is that I'm old. And I've got a big old floater in my right eye that cuts across and causes me vision problems. So I kind of use it for that. But a lot of these courses I know fairly well. So I don't follow it a lot. I mean, you'll see me on it, but I can go offline, off of a line that it suggests, and it's not a problem. This is one of my favorite series of corners on the track, right here. that right, and then going into the second gear left, and then going into a third gear right. You might take it in second in other cars, and this I can take it at third with the gearing, so it'll work. Now we're going to go into, I like that corner is kind of tricky because the hill at the apex kind of knocks you around a little bit. But we're coming into the end of lap 3. I'm pretty sure the guys in front are all running mediums. We're all just kind of keeping the same pace. They're going to be faster than me. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. I'm just out here having fun. I love racing. I have since I was a kid. I've been playing these driving games, especially the more Simcade one since the original Gran Turismo came out. So I've been doing this forever. I don't claim to be fastest. I don't claim to be slow. You know, I just do my thing. So I just enjoy it. We're on lap 4 now, and I'm starting to lose board ground. Glorious Bastard looks like he's not around anymore. I'm pulling away from Cornflake. You might want to get used to seeing this on the leaderboard because that's pretty much where we're at right now, up until we get to pit stops. Tonix is all over the car in front, though, so probably waiting for a mistake to be made. You know, that wouldn't surprise me. Now we're going into the final series of corners. Again, these are a little tricky. This one not so much. This is pretty much a straight ahead fourth gear, just kind of coast through. And then we're getting into the tricky last 2 corners again. Again, I think I mean, you can tell me, but I'm definitely braking too soon there. But now we've just set a fast lap. My fast lap anyway, 131.235. You know, 31.235 on mediums is pretty good on this track. I'm sure that the other guys are running sub 131s. That doesn't surprise me at all. Again, I'm not claiming to be the fastest. I'm not claiming to be the greatest. I just like to race. I think I'm pretty good at it. My racecraft is good. Like I said, I've been playing these games forever. And you can go back to the old Atari 2600 when I first started really playing racing games, even in the arcade when you're playing pole position. Look it up, kids. It's called Google. So I've been doing this for a long time, and I absolutely adore it. I've done some crewing for vintage race cars. Those are fun too. Crewing for those guys is a blast. I've done that up at Circuit of the Americas a few times and up at Road America with a crew that I know from Southern California. We just have a really good time, and it's also where I met my wife, so double positives there. Okay, so we're heading into the end of lap 5. You can see Tonix has pulled out about another second in the last 2 laps. Set another fast lap, almost a 131 flat. So we're getting quicker on these medium tires. The fuel load goes away. I'm running a medium soft strategy. That seems to work for me here. So I would definitely consider that if you ever race this track. Medium soft is definitely the way to go. I don't know anyone that's tried to run this full race in hards. Mid-Ohio can be pretty rough on tires. I'm hoping to get through 8 laps because I know that the soft tires barely get you through 5 before they click over. They'll get you through 5. So I want to get 8 laps on these mediums. We're at 6 now. We're coming downhill into this 3rd gear corner. Made up a little time on Tonix. I think there was someone made a mistake somewhere, so we made up a little time. So that was kind of cool. Now we're getting into the backside of the track. Running another quick lap. It looks like we may crack 131 here. I decide I want to create a whole new part of the track like I did there. Here's where you can see where I kind of missed the braking on that. The back end slid out. But, you know, that happens on that corner, which is kind of why, yeah, brake really early there. So now we've cracked 131. Bonjour le même is 7 seconds up, and he's pretty much going to stay there. Check our tires real quick to make sure where we're at. 42% after 6 laps. You know, we're going to click over to minor at some point. We're still going to try and go 8 because that's, to me, is the best way to go. You just have to believe that you can do it. Now we're heading down into this right-hander on the back straight. I just, again, just love this course. At first, when this first came on, when I first started playing this in the game, I wasn't a fan. But I kind of played around with my tune. I use an app for my tunes called Forza Tune. I recommend that. Some people don't think it's great. I think it's fine. It keeps you competitive, which is really all I want. And you can play around with some sliders to get you some more oversteer, which is what I do with this car. And my Hyundai, it kind of lets the back end a little more free on entry. Gives you a little better corner exit. Also, you're not getting as understeery. We just clicked over to minor while we were talking about that. So I find that it's not as understeery. So it'll work for, you know, if you want to get the app, there's the free app. That doesn't do the gearing tune. If you pay for the app, I think it's $7. It'll do the gearing tune for you, so it's not terrible. It's not an expensive app. I've been using it basically since this game came out. So I've been using it for almost 2 years. The game's been out for over 2 years. I've been using it for almost 2. And it seems to work fairly well. So we've lost a little time to tonics again. Someone pitted up there. I wasn't paying attention. But the second place car in front of tonics pitted. So I'm going to assume that that player is behind Cornflake, who's in 4th right now. It's nice to sniff the podium. So, you know, that's what it's here for, I guess. So we're heading into the end of 8. We're going to pit here. Our tires have had enough. We are losing some time. Not so much to the leaders, but we're losing time to Cornflake. We've lost half a second this lap because of the tires. Now we're going to head into the pits, and this is where I get to do a little lawn mowing because I always overcook the entry. Thankfully, the game takes over. We'll switch to soft tires. If you're enjoying the video, you know, give it a like. If you want to subscribe to me, I don't know how often I'm going to do this yet. I do have a bunch of videos saved up, so I'm just kind of figuring out my editing style and everything. So forgive me if things seem a little choppy, if they're a little messy. But I'm just learning how to do this. It's my first time, so it'll be great. So we're coming out of the pits here. We are in 5th. Edu Shakal has not pit yet, so I'm assuming that person's on hard tires. But that person also does not have a pit stop advantage on anybody, so once they decide to pit, we'll be back in 4th place. But we're on the soft tires now, so this is going to make a big difference in our lap times, although I can tell you it's not going to make difference in our positioning, and you'll find out in a minute. So you can see I've got the little picker going on up top. I like to know the penalty situation for everybody and stuff. I'm not really big on the segment score stuff. These cars, most of my giant cars are level 50 already. The only one I think I haven't put level 50 are the Subaru and the Vauxhall. But I don't drive the Subaru, and the Astra is an interesting car. I may drive that in the future. Future videos. So we're doing a little more gardening there. And there goes Edu Shakal into the pits. So now we're back in 4th place, and this is pretty much where we're going to stay until the end of the race. We're going to turn 1. Tonics and the person in front of him are having a great battle going into turn 1, or from turn 2, I'm sorry, from what I can see. And Tonics has made the pass on neck tracks. So good job, clean pass it looked like. We're picking up a little time on Toujours Lemin. I don't know how much of that is going because he just may have gone off the track for a second. Hitting 140 down the back straight. We're going to pick up some time here, which is nice, it looks like. And so that'll work. There we go. Now they're starting to pull away again. Getting a little mech tracks. Cornflake is staying there. Staying right where he is. I missed a shift there. Good job. Remember, friends, don't miss your shifts. So we're coming at the end of this corner, and looks like we're going to get our fast lap. Someone just quit, and we're going to take a fast lap here. We're going to be at 1:30.129. That's our fastest lap of the race, and we're pretty much settled in here in 4th. This is pretty much it. So we're going to skip ahead to the last lap. And now we're going to start the last lap. Mectrax is forced to. Cornflake has been hovering around 7 seconds, 7.5 seconds for the last couple laps, so I'm not worried about that. I just want to make sure I keep the car on the track at this point. Because we're settled into 4th. We picked up 2 positions, which is pretty decent in my book. You know, considering the competition we had in this race. We're getting around here. Around turn 2, heading down the hill into 3, this little pink here, and then we'll be into 4. Yes, they call this a turn. I don't know why. Maybe if we did this in like LM, you know, the P1 cars or the hyper cars, maybe I'd have to brake there or something. I don't know. We're heading into our final corners. Pensure's up 9 seconds. Kind of staying around with med tracks. We stayed 3.5 to 4 seconds basically these last 4 laps. So it hasn't been much of a change. The tires have picked over the minor. My left front anyway. Now we're getting into our last 2 corners. And again, braking early because I don't want to slide all over the place. Nice little 4th place. Everybody gets a good race. Feel pretty good about that. That's a pretty good run. So we're gonna say a 4th place here. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it for my first video. Leave some comments if you want. Please be nice. I know I use the assist. Please be nice. If you're not nice, I'm not going to be happy with you. Or maybe I will be. I'll just be happy you watched. Hit the like button if you like the video. But that's pretty much it. Hope you all have a great day and enjoy yourselves. And we'll see you down the road.